And here we have it. Here we go. Has finally been announced. Victor Gyokeres to Arsenal. The signing which, let's be real, I think everyone was expecting over the past couple, 3 months. Yes, I know that's been couple back and forths. I know Sporting, the president came out and said, you know what, we're not going to sell him. We're going to keep him. We want the full release clause. And the player himself, Victor, came out and said, I want to leave. And Arsenal themselves will say, you know what, we might look for different targets. And out of nowhere, you saw United, money in the bank. They man are trying to cash in the last second. But the signing has now been announced, which means what next? What next for Arsenal? They have finally grabbed a striker. Yes, they signed Kai Havertz. Yes, they signed Mikel Moreno, Gabriel Jesus, so many strikers, but they haven't had a goal scorer like Victor Gyokeres. Now, the argument you can say, oh, the rival fans or the neutral fans, they're going to throw the narrative and the agendas and say, well, he did it in the Portuguese league. Nah, he did it in the championship. The thing is, yeah, you know, the arguments towards Victor Gyokeres, yeah, for me, it's funny. Wallah, I find it funny because of all the strikers which Arsenal could have grabbed, of everyone, like Sesko, who was it? Jonathan David was apparently rumored into it as well. Out of all the strikers which they could have grabbed, for me, Victor was the perfect striker. The perfect striker. A lot of people, they like to make fun of the fact that he scored in the Portuguese league, but his track record in that league was absolutely insane. I love how everyone, they like to emphasize on the flops that comes from that league, but no one really highlights, or no one really takes into account the actual players that comes from that league that turns into success. The players that went from the Portuguese league to the Premier League, like Bruno Fernandes, Ruben Diaz, Ramirez, David Luiz at Chelsea. So many players come from Edison. So many players joined from that league into the Premier League, and the track, I don't understand why that the myth about the Portuguese league is only bad players. Like I think Benfica have sold everyone a dream with, of course, Joao Felix and Darwin Núñez, and that's it, fam. These two are the only players that comes to mind straight away that hasn't really delivered. But bro, other than that, Enzo Fernandez so far is proven to be his worth. Ramirez, David Luiz, so many players here. His track record, his numbers, his goals, it's across all competition. It's not just the Portuguese league. The guy's been doing it in the Champions League before. Well, he scored against City. I think he scored a hattie against City. Look at the Championship. Why is it that everyone screams about Championship and says, we have to go to the Championship and start bringing players? There are so many hidden gems in the Championship. We need to sign players. That is the toughest league. If you can hack it in the Championship, surely you can hack in the Premier League. Bro, like Liverpool signed Robertson, Newcastle and Brighton, they love shopping in the Championship. But when you sign a player who scored so many goals for Coventry, but now apparently it's a bad signing. You know, I find it crazy how rival fans are trying to make fake narratives towards him. First of all, he is amongst one of the best strikers of last season. Last season, he was second in the Golden Boot behind Mbappe, and it needed Mbappe one last game against Seville in La Liga for him to get the Golden Boot. If Mbappe never scored against Seville in the last game of the game week 38, the Golden Boot would have went to Victor. So that's one. He's a goal scorer. And that's what Arsenal has been lacking. As simple as that. That's what they've been lacking over the past couple of years. You see Mikel Moreno score so many goals. Kai Havertz, imagine if they had an actual number 9. This is an actual number 9. This is the first number 9 which they've really and truly had since Lacazette. Early Lacazette days, by the way. Then Alba. And there was Giroud. And there was Van Persie. But this is when I look at a goal scorer, when I look at an absolute goal scorer, this is the first goal scorer I can remember since arguably Van Persie. Lacazette had his time at Lyon. Aubameyang, of course, was mostly a winger/striker at Dortmund. But this is the proper poacher. This guy's a poacher. And get him the ball and he can score goals. Left foot, right foot. It's close control. People like to make fun. Oh, he takes too many touches. Oh, he's clumsy on the ball. Brother, he scores goals. His link-up is actually low-key underrated. Very underrated. I'm not gonna say to you, I've watched him every single game for Sporting, but all the games which I've watched from him, and all the games watch from Sweden, this guy can actually play. He's not as clumsy as you think he is, and I think he will fit in the system perfectly with Arteta. I think Arsenal managed to write the sign player. This is the right signing for Arsenal. As simple as that. And if they want to win the league, the past 3 years, second. This guy might take them closer to that first place. And I feel like Arsenal, they still need one more player. They still need one more person. I think they've done well, the signings, and plus, I don't think it's expensive as well. In today's market where every dunny is inflated, every signing is inflated. The fact that you've managed to get him 63 million euros, by the way, not pound, euros, plus 10 million add-ons, which depends on whether he wins the Premier League, his goal-scoring bonus, Champions League, X, Y, and Z. But in total, in terms of euro, in terms of pound, this guy is what? Listen, my calculation is not the best, but I'm guessing what, 55 million pounds? Which in today's market, brother, that's the same amount of money you signed Cunha for. United signed Cunha for 55. And Wemba went for 65. And Wemba scored 20 goals. This Donny, look at his track record over the past 2 years. The amount of goals he scored. And secondly, you've now got someone who's reliable on penalties. Arsenal, they've had Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, you know what I mean? But now you've got a reliable penalty taker, a reliable goal scorer, someone that can finally get you some goals. The only thing about him, which I've seen compilations, I've watched his games, is aerially. His aerial duels is not the greatest. Him heading the ball, he's not the best header of the ball. But one thing for sure, give him the ball in his feet, bro. At his feet, this Donny can do it. Both feet as well, left and right, from tight angles as well. But now, will this signing take Arsenal to the finishing line? As I said earlier, I still think they need one more signing. And that signing, it's either an Eze, it's either a Rodrigo. From what I've seen, Rodrigo, they're making Nani into a left winger, which I don't understand it, but fair enough. I don't understand it, but fair enough. I still think they need an Eze or they need a Rodrigo. If they manage to get an Eze or Rodrigo, then I can comfortably say Arsenal have got a very good chance of winning the league next season. At the moment, I can't say that. I don't know about you guys, Arsenal fans, down in the comments. Let me know down in the comments what you guys feel now. Let me know what you feel about this signing. Does this signing, have you guys got reassurance? And do you, please be optimistic. Do you guys think that I can win the league with signing Victor only? Or do you need an Eze, a Rodrigo, a Chavez Simmons, who apparently the reports are saying could potentially go to Chelsea? Do you need one more person? I feel like they need one more person. I don't think this is enough. I don't personally think this is enough. But Arsenal, you've got a couple of players that you can offload. The likes of Trossard, the likes of Martinelli. Offload one of them, get an Eze, get a Rodrigo, and I think that puts you in a very strong position to win the league next season. But as of right now, you're doing well. As of right now, no one can deny what you've done. I think squad depth-wise, you're up there. Defensively, you're covered. Defensively, you're about to sign Mosquera as well. Defensively, no one can question you defensively. You are the best defensive team. Forget just in the Premier League, across the whole world, Ag. The defensive options you've got from all positions. Left back, Calafiori or Lewis Skelly. Wow. Right back, Timber, Ben White. Wow. Centre back, the likes of Gabriel Saliba, who's always two of the best pairing in the whole world, but now you add Mosquera to it. Wow. The goalkeeper, you've got Raya or Kepa. Kepa, as a backup goalkeeper, might be one of the best backup goalkeepers in the whole world. Then, in the midfield, the likes of Nurgard or Zubimendi. Zubimendi, the signing of Zubimendi, for me, is the best that they've done so far. Victor, for me, second best. I don't want you guys to think of Zubimendi and just brush it to the side and say, yeah, he's just another midfielder. Zubimendi is going to be Arsenal's best signing of the summer. If it's signed one more. I still think Rodrigo will be the best signing. And Eze will be the best signing. But Zubimendi is an elite signing. Declan Rice, Odegaard, who this season is going to have a big season. Ethan has extended. You've got Saka. You've got, bro, Mikel Moreno off the bench. Gabriel Jesus coming off is coming back from an injury. Kai Havertz coming back. Bro, Arsenal, they've got squad depth now, which is what they were missing over the past 2 years. But signing Victor, who's finally now you got a striker who can score goals, I think that puts you guys in a very, very strong position. And as an Arsenal fan, you should feel optimistic about next season. One more person, and I think the Premier League, I think you know, that meme of Cedric touching the Europa League, sorry, the Conference League, I think you guys could do the same thing with the Premier League. If you sign Rodrigo or Eze, with the window which you've had so far, fair enough. Fair. You can touch it. You can touch it. I can't lie, you can touch it. You're allowed to touch it with the window you've had. But this signing, like I said to you guys, is a very good signing. I'm on it. I'm 100% on it. I think it's perfect. The money as well included. It's not that expensive. He's a goal scorer, fits in the system of Arteta. I think this will be a very good signing. I am expecting him to score minimum 15 goals. I wouldn't be surprised if he scores 20 goals, especially the fact that he will be on penalty duties as well. You've got an actual great penalty taker. The celebration as well this signing is gonna sell shirts. It's gonna be all over. I can already see people at Emirates right now doing this celebration. I don't know if I'm doing it correctly, but it's something like that. I think I am, bro. I can't lie, it's a great signing. I'm on it 100%. But listen, put down in the comments what you guys feel about Victor going to Arsenal. Whether, you know what, how about this? Put down in the comments if you think Victor's going to score more than 15 goals. And what would be considered a good season for Victor? Because I personally think he can get 25 GAs, goals and assists. And nowadays, as unfortunate as it is, everyone gets judged on GAs. That's how the football has become. That's how football now is now become, bro. Like every player that you sign, the first thing you say straight away, how many GAs is he getting? How many goals and assists is he getting? And that's how football's become now. Unfortunately as it is, I don't like it, but it is. It's stats now dictates everything. Stats, that's no more eye test. Victor, it's not like Victor. Even if Victor performs well, doesn't score goals, they will still look at him and say, where's the goals? You have to score goals. You have to score goals. That's why Victor will be judged on the amount of goals he scores. And that's why I think 25 GAs I think it will happen. But I genuinely think he will score 20 goals in the Premier League. Just Premier League only. Across all competition, I think it will be 30. But if he finishes on 20 goals, 25 goals in his debut season, that's a very, very good season. Anything above 15 would be considered a good season. If he gets 10 or less, yeah, man, the media's going to be on him, man. The media's going to be on him. But put down in the comments what you guys think. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. The road to 15K, to 20K, even though it's a new channel, which is crazy. I'll see you soon. Peace.